Hey guys, it's me, Momma Marcy, back on camera because I found a space where I could put some stuff. We've had some remodeling going on, and so there's just stuff all over, which is why I haven't been able to set up anywhere for the last few weeks. But we have a table that I can put things on now. It's a small corner of the table, but hey, progress. So it is November 19th. This is the third week of November shares. It's the Thanksgiving time. Remember, shares next week for Thanksgiving week will be on Tuesday, so that you can have things to prepare for your Thanksgiving meal. So without further ado, let's get started. This week's box is full of wonderful, beautiful stuff. To start, you've got potatoes. Potatoes are back. Our potatoes this year, as every year, come from Eagle Farms in Antigua, Wisconsin. They are a certified organic potato grower. We've tried to do potatoes here on the farm, and we just can't make it happen. The soil here is very compacted and very clayey, and it makes certain types of root crops difficult. Beets, carrots, and potatoes are very hard for us. So we work with Eagle every year to get potatoes. The variety we have is russet. That's what you'll be seeing for the next few months as you get potatoes. And they're fantastic, and we've been really happy with them. You have an onion. You have garlic. You will have 2 smallish delicata squash, same as the last few weeks. They're smaller, but they're still awesome, and you can mix them in with other stuff or just cut them up and roast them. An acorn squash. Hooray, squash time. And what's called a long pie pumpkin. This is a baking pumpkin. You can use this to make homemade pumpkin pie if that's your jive. I like to do that. Or you can roast it like a squash. These will last for a pretty long time. If you start to see soft spots anywhere, I would recommend using it sooner rather than later. And you can always cut it up and freeze it. To do pies, the best thing is to roast it to soften it and then scoop it out and puree it and make it like you would. It's the same as getting, well, it's better than getting canned pumpkin. There's no difference in what you're getting out of one of those versus what you're getting from a can. There's just extra steps. Okay, and you have, again this week, some of our massive, super awesome purple top turnips. These things are just awe-inspiring. You also have, and there's some bigger ones this week, our sweet salad turnips called hakurei. Those are the white things, and some of them might be tangled up a little bit in the radishes because that's what happens, but the bigger white vegetables, is what you are looking for. So those are your hakurei. Again, you can eat them raw or you can roast them, you can cook them. You'll have a whole bunch of radishes again this week. Just doing awesome. And as I mentioned, for storing of root crops, if you're not going to use them soon, you want to take the greens off. And you can store the greens separately because you can still cook the greens and eat the greens. But you want to store the roots and the greens in your fridge separately because the greens will go faster than the roots will. And once they start to get kind of funky, if they're still attached to the radish or turnip, it gets kind of gross. But if you separate them, your radishes and turnips will last. And then last but not least, you have a greens mix. It is a nice, wonderful salad mix, and it's Salanova. And so you're back to your awesome lettuces. So for some of you, this is the last share before Thanksgiving. So I hope that you can use these incredibly awesome things for your Thanksgiving dinners. For the rest of you, for people who get it next week, and next week is your share before Thanksgiving, and like I said, that'll be on Tuesday. We hope that you're enjoying everything, everybody's staying safe and making smart choices, and just keeping well. And if you have questions, never hesitate to ask. I have to come up with a good recipe this week, but remember, almost everything in this box can be eaten raw or can be cooked. The only thing that you wouldn't cook would be the salad greens, because I guess you could, but that would also be kind of weird, in my opinion. I think that's it. So I hope everybody has a great week. Enjoy your boxes. Stay awesome, and I'll see you next week.